everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tech Talk. And in today's Tech Talk, you get to see me having my own tech issues and having to use my webcam instead of my fancy continuity camera. But more importantly, today we're going to dive into the anatomy of a sales event. Right. So, for those of you who are in my Making Tech Simple group, we kind of went over this on Tuesday, but you know how we do in this group. We nerd plus it. So give me a second. Just grabbing some water. And because I'm a little anxious right now because I just spent the past 18 minutes being late for this live and trying to fix my own tech issues. And it's group track launch on Instagram day. And I have a client having an issue on my system. So it was a fun morning so far. So this is one of my essential oils I'm just breathing in to help calm my brain down a bit. All right. So do a little 4-7-8 breathing to calm my brain, which if you get stressed out by tech, I highly recommend. So you breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. So with that said, now that I've calmed my spicy brain down a little bit, we're going to dive in. So at any time, if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching replay, comment replay. And if you want to get the workbook that goes along with the training today, make sure that you comment workbook and I will get that on over to you. So today we are diving into the anatomy of a sales event. Woo! Yeah! So exciting! Yeah! All right. So next up, what we're doing here, we're going to dive in. I've got a Miro board. We're going to walk through and we're going to walk through how you can add in different things, whether it's tripwire and your order bumps and all of that, right? Because that's really important because we want to be able to get them to opt in to more content, more training, to buy our low ticket offers, even if they're just coming in for a lead magnet, right? And if they're coming in for a masterclass, which since we're here in high level organic, right, we really focus on leveraging organic social. So we're going to talk through all of this. So you ready? Let's dive in. Oh, Lordy. Melon making me reapprove all the things. Okay. So here we go. Let me make myself small in the corner so that, there we go. Now I'm not taking over anything. And if you have any questions, comment, let me know, and I'll answer what I can. All right. So everyone can see that pretty well? Fantastic. So first, this is the beginning. This is the sales event, right? So whether you're looking at first you got to decide what is your sales event. You got to decide, are you doing one-on-one calls? Are you doing a webinar? Are you doing selling via a funnel or a masterclass or an in-person physical event? So in this group, we're going to focus on the masterclass today, right? And the difference between a funnel, a webinar and a masterclass is that in the masterclass, we're going to have the event being streamed to Facebook, to your group, so that you have the permalink and you can reuse it, right? Webinars are great for evergreen, but what we're teaching here is how to leverage that organic social traffic. And instead of sending them to a replay that's on a funnel page, we want to send them to the replay that's in your group. And we're leveraging group track to tag and automate all the things. So first, you need to prepare. So you need to make it sure that you can nail your content, right? You got to speak to the problems you're going to solve and how you're going to get them a solution, right? First and foremost, if your content ain't on point, if you're not actually delivering results, if you're not able to help them transform in some way to get that result, then fix your content first, right? We got to make sure that what you are trying to deliver can help you with that. If you need help with that, if you want to get feedback, comment content, we'll follow up with you and take a look at what you got going on. Next, you got to advertise. right? So promoting your event to your audience and see if you can get in front of others' audiences as well. So there's a lot of ways you can do that. So you can leverage the blog feature in High Level, and from that blog, create a social post. And in that social post, you can link back to your blog, which is pretty cool. So you can get some backlinking, and that's going to help you with SEO management as well. Hold on one second. Let me move this so I can see the comments that are coming in. I just can't see them right now. Hold on. Trying to do everything on a tiny window today because my tech is not. Yes, Lisa, fix yourself. Make sure your content is on point and that you're actually delivering results. That's first and foremost, right? And advertising, that could be anything from, are you creating a Facebook event for your masterclass? Are you creating posts and engaging with people? Are you DMing them and personally inviting them based on the issues they're having and the results they're going to get from attending your masterclass, right? Do you have any power partners that you can say, hey, I've got a masterclass coming up. I'd love to come and do a free mini training in your audience and invite them to come learn more, right? If you are not leveraging partners, you are missing out on a huge lead gen opportunity. All right. So then we have the registration, right? So here is where we can start having fun with it. So you want to make sure you have an opt-in or registration form to ensure you're actually capturing people's information so you can follow up with them later on, right? So we're going to be leveraging our high-level workflows, right? So they fill out the opt-in form. We're going to send them, we're going to assign them a user so that we make sure that everyone's getting assigned. We got to make sure that we are doing all the things from send them a text and email confirmation, using the event start date, and having your wait steps appropriately mapped out so they're getting texts and reminders, right? So we're not really diving into that. But what I want to talk to you guys about is, not yet at least, is offering a low ticket offer right at the registration. Heck, you could even do this with a lead magnet. And so this is what is known in the industry as a tripwire. And raise your hands if you were super confused by all these terminologies, because there's like 5 words for the same thing. Yeah, no, I definitely just was hitting up my girl Daisha, was asking, hey, so what's the difference between these? She's like, they're all the same. It's just marketers like to reinvent the wheel and call it a triangle. So with that said, we're going to try to make sure that we speak with clear terminology so everyone understands. When someone registers for your event on the thank you page, you can have them a low ticket offer. So say I'm going to do a masterclass on high level, right? Maybe my low ticket offer could be, hey, for $47, here's my onboarding walkthrough, right? I'm going to give you my training on how to set up your high level account, right? That would be something that could be intriguing for people. And it might be that's actually a little bit higher ticket. So for your tripwire, it's usually something that's more like sub 20. Get something so that you're taking a few bucks for them to come to your free training, right? So that could be an ebook, a PDF, a walkthrough, something to help them. That's going to be able to help them. It's going to help them get to know you, and it's going to help them see the value in buying your main product. Then next, we want to make sure that we're leveraging automations to confirm registration and remind people about the event. Show of hands, who has completely forgotten about an event and we're like, oh my gosh, that was yesterday. I wanted to go to that. I mean, I know I have. I got that spicy brain. So make sure that you have all your automations in place. One trick that I use that I recommend is having at the end of every workflow is a wait 30 days. As you're building stuff out, especially for an event, make sure that you have that wait step in so that you can add stuff in as you go. Right? Right? Lisa, that happens all the time, right? Forgetting that you're registered for something. And that's, shame on them for not having the reminders in place, right? when we're using high level, or if you're using Nerdly, right? My which is my version, then that is a big thing we teach you. Making sure you have reminders. And you don't want it to be just like, hey, this is your 1 day reminder. This is your 2 day reminder. This is your 1 hour reminder. You want to make sure that your messages are engaging in some way. Maybe you want to send them a workbook beforehand. Maybe you want to give them like a PDF, right? Something to engage, something to create value, and something to create that relationship, right? Because they may not even know who you are yet. So that's really helpful to make sure that you have all your reminders in place, and make sure that you have, I know on the wait steps, you got to remember that you're doing that checkbox to, if this time has passed, skip all outbound communications, go to the next. And so it's really important that you map out your automations properly. I always have my core things and my confirmation sent out before the event start date to make sure that at least if they are coming, if they're registering like 5 minutes before, that they're at least going to get, here's the information for the event, right? So now here at the main event, track who attends. Now, great way to do this when you're using a masterclass is Post Tracker, right? So you need to have a system in place to track who shows up, how long they stay for, what they engage on, and track those who show up live and who attends later. So that's why you ask people to say live or replay, right? And when we're using the masterclass, right, that's how you can run a post tracker just to see who showed up. You can run a post tracker, and what that's going to do is going to automatically react, reply, and send a DM to the person that said the keyword. You can have it do it for everybody. You can have it based on a keyword. You can, if they're not in your funnel yet, your pipeline yet, you can add them to a certain stage. You could add all sorts of different tags and different data points about them, right? So you can have one post tracker that adds a tag that says attended X webinar or X masterclass, and that run that for everyone who comments. And then you can have another post tracker that's based on who commented for your freebie, right? So if you want the workbook, you want this Miro board and the walkthrough on how to do all this, you got to make sure you comment workbook or hashtag workbook, because I love hashtags. They're fun. And make sure that during your masterclass, right, not everyone is going to be ready to buy. So have something to offer them to keep them engaged and interacting with your content, right? So similar to how you had that tripwire, right? Maybe they bought your tripwire. What is the next step of what they could get, right? What is something that they could buy from you that's going to help them move the needle forward and get to know you? And in that freebie, you're also selling them your main product, right? So all of this is funneling them. You're got to mapping out this customer journey, and you're really directing them to get your actual product. It's just different pieces that you're going to be developing more value, because it's all about it's showing, being able to clearly articulate the value, being able to develop a relationship with them. So all the verbiage you're using, the copy is so important, because if the copy is, thank you for buying my thing, here is my thing, I hope it helps you do a thing, right? You want to make sure that you put your personality into your messaging. They got to get to know you and know why you're so awesome. And then you have the follow up, right? So the beautiful thing, if you're using Post Tracker in a masterclass, bippity boppity boop, that stuff's automated, right? And so you can also have different automations in place so that you're via email or text messaging, you're selling them, right? You want to create a urgency. So say you have a bonus offer, right? Maybe it's a one-on-one time with you, right? That's one of my favorites to use, because I love giving away time to people who buy my product, because I want to help them succeed. And I know that I have special nerd magic to be able to help them. So making sure that you have all these automations in place beforehand. Now, again, This is why I always recommend having that wait 30 days at the end of a workflow, because if you're like, oh my gosh, the masterclass is later today, or masterclass is in like a week. All right, let me make sure I get this out so I can start inviting people and getting them to register. You may not have gotten all of it mapped out yet. So if you have that wait 30-day step, it's going to allow you to come back and make sure you get that all done. And getting feedback, right? So, oh, and here with the automations, lean into your tags, custom fields, all these different data points so that you can track the leads on who buys and who needs more time. This is really going to help you automatically remove a new customer from your sales email sequence and get them started on a new customer sequence as well. Because you don't want to keep selling someone who's already bought. That's a surefire way to make someone feel like they are not cared for. All right. And the last bit about follow up is that we want to make sure that we're asking people what they liked or didn't like about the event. So you can tweak it to make it even better moving forward, right? Checking your funnel stats, seeing how many steps down your funnel they got, seeing how much of if you're doing the webinar and you're using the funnel pages, you can see how much of a pre-recorded video they watched on a page, right? And that's also something you can do as part of here, right? Coming back here to when you're having that tripwire. With this tripwire offer, right, you can have a video hosted on a funnel page. And you can even have automations that go out based on that. Say they didn't watch the video. Send them a text message. Hey, did you know that I was offering blah, blah, blah? And you can get that. Click here to check out what it is. Right? And so you can have all that going out, and all of that can be automated, right? So again, when it comes to your sales events, since we're using group track and high level, you want to make sure you're streaming into your group. I use Melon. If you guys don't know what Melon is, comment Melon and I'll send you my affiliate link and you'll get $10 off your first payment. So 10 out of 10, do the year in full so that you get the biggest discount. Or I think it's 10% off. So you'll get 10% off either paid in full or 10% off the monthly, and paid in full is going to be better. What I like about Melon is that I can also multicast. So right now I'm streaming into my high level organic group. I'm also streaming on YouTube, and I'm recording a local file so that I can have this edited, made up pretty, and put it as a recorded video on the YouTubes. So went over the registration and get all those reminders out. You got to track who comes, offer a freebie lead magnet, right? And that's going to be like a way to get them to buy in more with you. And make sure you have all your follow-up mapped out so that you're not missing out on somebody because you forgot to schedule an automation. All right. So if you have any questions, you want to check out Nerdly, you want to get deep dive into this, just comment Nerdly. If you want to get the workbook with a step-by-step guide on this with the actual Miro board, comment workbook, and we'll see you here next week. If you guys don't know, I go live here every Thursday at noon where we take things to the Nerd Plus level and be able to really help you leverage high level while using organic social systems and strategies. All right, till next time. Later, nerds.